Get ready for The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's dedicated update show. Events, businesses, and people. Anything and anyone causing a ripple in the community. And now, let's dive in to The Splash Live.
Hello and welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. It's your stories from your hometown on your community media outlets, Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban. We thank you for joining us as you do each and every day on Comcast Channel 15 as well as on AT&T Channel 99 and their public access education and government channels guide. You can also join us online every single day live and in high definition 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on CivicCenterTV.com. There's two different spots. There's our watch live page, which gives you an option for the majority of your screen or full screen or a small player on our homepage. You can unmute that. You can explore our program schedule for the day, some of our recent programs as well, and learn more about Civic Center TV and the Greater West Bloomfield Cable Communications Commission, CivicCenterTV.com. We also thank you for joining us today via Facebook Live at Civic Center TV 15 and on YouTube over YouTube Live at Civic Center TV. In addition, you can take us on the road with you as you're traveling throughout the community today, going to and from work or from the grocery store, from picking your kids up at school or dropping them off on 89.3 Lakes FM, as well as on lakesfm.com, your homes all across a variety of platforms all around the Greater West Bloomfield community to get the latest news from within your community each and every day. And Diane, been a lot more fall-like to start this week. Very cloudy Monday and looks like more of the same over the next couple of days.
That is true, Tyler. Fall is looming over us, and today we're starting off with a very showery morning with highs of 68, and it's gonna drop down to the lows of 58. Showers are likely to stop throughout the day, and as we go into Wednesday, there is not going to be a significant showers, no precipitation expected, highs of 64, and temperatures will drop low to 57 as we go into the evening. It will give us a little chance to prepare for Thursday showers. On Thursday, it's likely to shower most of the day with highs of 63 expected and lows of 56 as we go into the evening, Tyler.
Yeah, it's going to be a very, very cloudy week for most of the week. Friday and into the weekend looks like it's going to be a little bit nicer, and we'll get to those weather reports later on in the week. Plenty making news around the Greater West Bloomfield community today as well. The Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce has a very big event happening tomorrow morning at Wabi Country Club, their annual leadership breakfast. We'll also have a special live episode of The Splash Live tomorrow morning. I'll be in studio. Dave Scott will be on site, as well as Casey Crane from Crane Communications and Roop Raj for the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce Leadership Breakfast. We'll give you more insight into what you can expect from that special broadcast in just a few minutes. You can also meet your neighbors on Thursday this week, a special event being held by the West Bloomfield Diversity Taskforce. We'll tell you about that event, what you can expect at the Connect Senior Center on Thursday evening this week, and more during today's program. West Bloomfield Parks started the fall off the right way by heading outdoors with the kids and with the families for the Greater West Bloomfield annual campout. We'll give you some pictures from then and show you some of the fun that they had outside over the weekend. West Bloomfield High School students had a chance to take their STEM learning on the road at the North American International Auto Show. We'll tell you what they experienced at the auto show in Detroit in the fall for the first time this past week. The West Bloomfield Fire Department has a big milestone celebration ahead this weekend at their annual Fire Department Open House, celebrating 100 years of service to our community. We'll tell you what you can experience at this year's special 100th anniversary open house event, and we'll tell you more about our broadcast happening on that day as well. It's National Preparedness Month, which means it's time for you to sign up for local alerts through Oakland County's Oak Alerts. We'll tell you how you can sign up and why you should sign up for these alerts today. Plus, the National Weather Service of the Federal Emergency Management Agency and NOAA will be partnering next week for a national wireless emergency alerts test. The West Bloomfield Police Department gives us more details later on. The Soul Sunsets concert series continues on despite the summer being over and the fall underway. Those concerts are moving indoors. We'll tell you where you can see the first of these concerts this fall coming up later on in the program. Plus, you can get more information on job opportunities, whether it's individual jobs or job fairs coming up in Oakland County through Oakland County Michigan Works. We'll tell you a couple of different locations you can go to this week for a couple different sets of job fairs if you're looking for work in our local area. In addition, State Senator Rosemary Bayer is hosting a senior summit later on this week to talk about issues affecting our local senior community, how you and seniors in your life can participate in that later on in the show. Plus, Bloomfield Hills Schools is hosting an informative seminar on retirement taxes coming up very soon. We'll give you the information on that, especially if you're looking to retire very soon. Really good stuff you'll want to tune in for later on. Dayan Chaaban will have the details. Plenty more of your stories from your hometown on your community media outlets coming up. Stay with us on The Splash Live.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live. Missed one of our live broadcasts or one of your local municipal meetings? Check it out online at CivicCenterTV.com. Every meeting, show, and interview on demand. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Learn more about fire prevention in our community at the West Bloomfield Fire Department Open House, Sunday, October 1st, from noon to 3 p.m. at Fire Station 1 in West Bloomfield. Embrace safety and celebrate 100 years of service from our West Bloomfield Fire Department, October 1st at Fire Station 1 on Orchard Lake Road, plus coverage from us right here on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And now, back to The Splash Live.
Welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. Your stories from your hometown on your community media outlets, Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. You can also join us every single day on CivicCenterTV.com, where you'll find links to our social media outlets, including our Facebook and our YouTube, where we're also broadcasting live every single day at Civic Center TV 15 on Facebook and at Civic Center TV on YouTube. You can find us every single day, including on Wednesday, where we'll have even more partners on the social media side on Facebook, broadcasting live on outlets all throughout the community for a very special and very informative event, also courtesy of the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce. They are holding their annual leadership breakfast on Wednesday morning at 8:30 at Wabeek Country Club. We'll be there right around that time. We'll do a little bit of a preview before Casey Crane from Crane Communications and Roop Raj from Fox 2 News Detroit talk about building leadership, both individual leadership and leadership within your company and your business in the local area, how that can apply to improving your business over time and building a network of leadership in your community. They'll also be discussing other key points of building your business, including partnership within the community and within the business community as well, and leveraging the media in order to build your business even further, especially social media, so critical in today's day and age. Not only will they speak on these different issues, they'll be answering questions from business leaders and other professionals in the local area who will be attending the event in person. And we'll have a chance to hear from all of them tomorrow in the morning. And it'll be a rather longer broadcast than normal, let's say, of the Splash Live every morning. We'll have a special edition of this program, so to speak, because it's such a great event and there's so much really cool information that you can apply to your business, to your day-to-day life, to your profession, wherever you are in the Greater West Bloomfield area or whatever industry you are in. So tune in. It'll be at 8:30 tomorrow morning, a regular time for the Splash Live at Wabeek Country Club, maybe a little bit earlier for even more of a special preview on Civic Center TV, on 89.3 Lakes FM, on our Facebook and our YouTube pages, businesses, and we'll also be on the Facebook page of the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce, the West Bloomfield Library, West Bloomfield Parks, and many other community partners as well for a really cool event. You can learn more information on westbloomfieldchamber.com. Also a great resource to sign up to become a member of the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce for even more perks and networking opportunities all throughout the year, and to learn more about other programs that are coming up that both benefit the chamber and can benefit you and your business going forward, with plenty of experts all from throughout different various business sectors in our local community, providing advice and providing their insight and their experience and expertise to you every single day through that partnership. Really excited about that broadcast tomorrow morning. Find it right here on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Then on Thursday, a really cool event happening at night in the evening on Thursday at the new Connect Senior Center on 14 Mile Road and Farmington Road in West Bloomfield. It's the Meet Your Neighbors event through the West Bloomfield Diversity Taskforce. This is a partnership between West Bloomfield Parks, the West Bloomfield Township Public Library, West Bloomfield Township's offices, as well as residents all throughout the 4 communities coming together to promote diversity in our local area, inclusion in our local area, and help people get to know people of all different walks of life that are our neighbors, our friends, our business partners, and more right here in the Greater West Bloomfield area. Plenty of fun happening at this event on Thursday, September 28th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Connect Senior Center. On your screen right now on CivicCenterTV.com, as well as on our Facebook and our YouTube page. If you want to take a pause and scan that QR code in the bottom right of that graphic, you'll be able to get even more information on some more specifics of what's going to be happening at this event. There's going to be music, there's going to be plenty of great food, and a lot of really friendly people that you can experience this with and get to know people that are your neighbors, that are your friends. Maybe you've passed them by in the community a million different times and just have never been able to spark a conversation or had a reason to spark a conversation with them. A great opportunity to do that and have a really fun time at the beautiful Connect Senior Center on Thursday night. Diane, this is going to be a really fun event for people that want to do something on Thursday evening, want to get out, meet some of their neighbors in their community, get to know their community a little bit better, and see all the different walks of life that we have in West Bloomfield Township and the Tri-Cities.
Of course, Tyler, and it's a great opportunity for people who are just, music lovers and want to explore different cultures, different dances, different music instruments. It's such a great event that West Bloomfield Parks is hosting. Again, it allows people to connect and foster more inclusivity in our very diverse community right here in West Bloomfield. And also, it's just super fun. It's a very super fun event, and on the long run, Tyler, it creates some empathy between people, understanding these different cultures and knowing that humanizing all these different people and knowing all these beautiful cultures, these beautiful dances, these beautiful music, it brings you closer together and creates more empathy in our community.
Yeah, and a great opportunity to build those building blocks of the community at Thursday night's event at West Bloomfield Parks' new Connect Senior Center. It's the Meet Your Neighbors event through the West Bloomfield Diversity Task Force. At that event, you'll also be able to learn more about how you can participate in the Diversity Task Force going forward and some of their programs all throughout the year, whether it's their annual Juneteenth event or events like this that are popping up all throughout the year and will be planned going forward. You can learn even more information at that event. One more time, that is September 28th, Thursday, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Connect Senior Center on 14 Mile and Farmington Roads in West Bloomfield Township. We'll take a break on the Splash Live. On the other side, West Bloomfield Parks and local families take to the great outdoors, and students in the S.T.E.A.M learning at West Bloomfield High School head to the Motor City to learn more about applying those S.T.E.A.M principles to motor vehicles. We'll have those stories and more coming up next on the Splash Live.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
Want to enjoy Civic Center TV on your social media? Find us on Instagram at Civic Center TV. Get notified when we upload one of our interviews, full episodes, and more. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Watch West Bloomfield Lakers football all season long on 89.3 Lakes FM and Civic Center TV. Join Tyler Kieft and Matt Catoni each week for live, in-depth, and exclusive coverage before, during, and the game. Your high school football team on the road and in your backyard on your home for West Bloomfield Laker football, Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. And now, back to The Splash, live.
Welcome back to The Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. It's your stories from your hometown on your community media outlets, Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban. Really cool stuff happening all throughout the community as we head into the fall season, and that all kicked off late last week and into the weekend with West Bloomfield Parks at their annual campout event, inviting kids and families out to Marshbank Park to enjoy an evening under the stars at one of the most beautiful locations in the greater West Bloomfield community. You see on your screen here, plenty of tents were parked outside in the natural areas of Marshbank Park, just under one of the hills over by the concert hill down at Marshbank Park. Plenty of different fun decorations of these campsites. They had a campsite decorating contest. They were doing kite flying and other fun activities and games all throughout the afternoon on Friday night into Saturday evening with all the regular campout stuff, whether it's enjoying some time in your tents or playing games with friends and family, cooking some s'mores. They had a ton of fun at this event. We have some pictures going forward, Calvin. We can advance a little while. You'll see some of the decorations outside some of these campsites. Really cool stuff. They looked like someone built a small little rock climbing wall or a mock rock climbing wall out there, as well as a place to take a really fun picture out at your campsite as well, and did a great job putting their tent up as well. Looks like a really fun event down at Marshbank Park. You can learn more about everything going on outdoors with West Bloomfield Parks in this fall season, including their nature events with their West Bloomfield Parks naturalists that are good for kids and adults alike at wbparks.org. That's also where you can find all of their fall programs, both indoors and outdoors, and their programs all throughout the year and how you can participate. Again, wbparks.org. Taking the fun on the road was West Bloomfield High School last week for the North American International Auto Show. STEM students at West Bloomfield High School were invited out by General Motors to attend the North American International Auto Show, and where they were able to see computer-aided design, or CAD, principles, as well as engineering come to life with the vehicles of this and the next generation at this annual event that, for the first time, was being held in the fall in downtown Detroit as opposed to its previous place in the winter. Here you see Kelly Madison and Buddy on the left and the right. They were those that were chaperoning this group from West Bloomfield High School through this GM invite all throughout the auto show, where they got to see a bunch of different engineering principles in action, including taking rides on a test track for a Tesla to get an example of speed, and also in a Ford Bronco to get experience with how vehicles are being designed to take on a variety of different terrains and inclines in today's day and age. It wasn't just a few students like you saw in those first pictures. It was a mass of students in STEAM education at West Bloomfield High School, having a chance to be in downtown Detroit, see the North American International Auto Show, and get to mix and mingle with people who are in the automotive industry or work in engineering, work in computer science and for computer-aided design or CAD, and get to know what their experience has been like as they're exploring their career paths going forward. A really cool experience, as it always is at the auto show, but even more cool, Diane, when these students get to go down there, get to engage in something that they're interested in, that they're learning in the classroom, and see those principles that they're learning in action.
That must have been a very wonderful experience for the students. I bet it was a lot of fun. I can tell by the looks on their faces, Tyler, in all the pictures. These students were enjoying this so much. I mean, I wanted to go to the International Auto Show. I couldn't make it, unfortunately, because of some health concerns. But other than that, it sounded like a lot of fun. It sounded like it was super educational for the kids to get these firsthand experiences on what people in the automotive industry and engineering do in the automotive industry, excuse me, is kind of a great way to show these students what it's going to be like, or kind of direct them and guide them to where they want to go, right? So maybe this is the way they want to head to, this is the field they want to work in, and this is a great way to show them what it's like and to show them what they're capable of and what they can innovate. So definitely a great opportunity for the students.
Yeah, and a fantastic way to get them out and about seeing what they're learning in the classroom or what they're interested in actually in action, and get to talk to those people that are doing this on a day-to-day basis. It's one thing to explore different career paths or to have an interest in automotive engineering or in computer-aided design or in other principles that apply to making these motor vehicles, especially modern-day motor vehicles with all the technology that goes into them. But it's even bigger than that when you're getting to actually talk to people in these industries, learn their experience, what they went to school for, what they focused on during their studies, and what they did early on in their career to build their careers to the points that they're at to be able to experience something like this on the professional side. All those experiences so critical to the way that West Bloomfield schools and other school districts in our local area are educating our kids today. It used to be that field trips would be something that would happen on occasion just for something fun to get away from the classroom. And now it's still very much in that mode, but also a great learning opportunity to see some of these things that they're learning in the classroom, that they're studying, that they're getting tested on, actually applied, and be able to ask questions to people other than just their teachers and their fellow students, or looking those things up in a textbook. Really cool stuff, as always, from the West Bloomfield School District. More information on school district programs can be found on WBSD.org. We'll take a break on the Splash Live. On the other side, one of the big milestone events of the year coming up to begin the month of October. It's the Fire Department Open House, but they're also celebrating a really big anniversary this year, 100 years of service to the greater West Bloomfield community. Deputy Fire Marshal Dave DeBoer will join us next to talk about the Fire Department Open House on the Splash Live.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Learn more about fire prevention in our community at the West Bloomfield Fire Department Open House, Sunday, October 1st, from noon to 3 p.m. at Fire Station 1 in West Bloomfield. Embrace safety and celebrate 100 years of service from our West Bloomfield Fire Department, October 1st at Fire Station 1 on Orchard Lake Road, plus coverage from us right here on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. This is Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. On cable and the radio. On the web too, and on social media. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home. And now, back to the Splash, live.
Welcome back to the Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. It's your stories from your hometown on your community media outlets, Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban. We thank you for joining us on Comcast Channel 15, AT&T Channel 99, of course on the radio on 89.3 FM, and on our website on civiccentertv.com. In addition, while you're on our website, click through to our Facebook and our YouTube pages, where you can also find us live. Follow us on both of those social media outlets on our YouTube page. You can subscribe for free and get notifications whenever we go live or whenever we post a new video. For example, a new episode of This Week in Laker Football coming up very soon this week. We'll have that new episode for you later on today as we take a look at the Lakers' big win last week Friday over Rochester Adams, and and their even bigger game coming up on Friday this week on the road at Clarkston to take on their rivals in the Clarkston Wolves. Then this coming weekend on Sunday, October 1st from 12 noon to 3 p.m., a big event happening on Orchard Lake Road at Fire Station number 1 in West Bloomfield. It's the West Bloomfield Fire Department's annual open house event. Plenty of fun, learning opportunities about fire safety, and a look into what each and every one of our firefighters and EMTs does every single day to protect our community. Plus, they're celebrating a very big milestone in 2023, and here to tell us more is Deputy Fire Marshal Dave DeBoer with us on the Splash Live. Deputy Fire Marshal Dave DeBoer, thank you for being with us today.
Hey, Tyler. Thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, glad to have you on to talk about this event. It's coming up really at the beginning of October, Sunday, October 1st, from noon to 3 p.m. For those that have not experienced the Fire Department Open House, tell us about this event and also why the Fire Department does this on a yearly basis to show people kind of an inside look at your day-to-day work.
Yeah, it's our opportunity to show the community what we do and what it's like for our firefighters every day and some of the services we provide. Thankfully, there's a large segment of our population that never gets to see us in action or doesn't interact with us as much. So, and that's our young families. And we're glad that we're not seeing our young families on calls, but we need to bring them in and show them what we do on a daily basis and all the services that are provided. I think most people don't understand how many things the fire department does. So we've got everything from our hazmat specialty units to our tech rescue team to extrication to some fire training that we do on a new training device that we're using here to help people understand why it's so important to close their doors and have smoke detectors and things like that. Obviously, this year is our 100th anniversary, so that's a big celebration for us. 100 years serving the public and being part of the community. So we're excited about that. We're going to have some speakers that come in for that, and so we're excited to celebrate that big anniversary for us.
Yeah, and this fire department has a big history in the West Bloomfield area, but also in the Tri-Cities too, serving Orchard Lake, Keegle Harbor, as well as Sylvan Lake. And as you mentioned, it's a great way for people to take a look at all the different services that you provide. But what also is great is that these demonstrations that are provided on site, whether it's with the firefighters or it's these activities that kids can participate in, they also give an inside look at kind of what it's like to experience some of these different situations that people may need to call our local fire department for, whether it is a home fire or smoke filling up their home or a fire in the kitchen. You get to see exactly what you're talking about in all these different safety discussions in schools or all these different bits and pieces of advice we hear throughout the year. It's different to actually see them in action and know exactly how that's going to maybe affect your home if you're ever in that sort of a situation.
Absolutely. And one of the favorites every year at Open House is our dispatchers. Our dispatchers are the key link to getting emergency responders to you in an emergency. So we have our actual dispatchers on site, and they run through scenarios with the kids and families and show them exactly what it is they need to know and hear from you in case of an emergency. It's a fan favorite for sure, and we will have dispatchers there again this year, able to show you that. We'll have other stuff there. We'll have some. There's a company there that does dryer vent cleaning, because we know dryer vents that are plugged up lead to fires. So we want to prevent those, and we want people to know that there's companies out there that do that. We'll have representatives from the hospital on site. We'll have different community partners here, and even a food drive this year to support the food pantry up at Spirit of Grace Church up at Middle Belt and the Orchard Lake area there. They have a wonderful food pantry helping lots of people in need, and they're going to do a food drive there so people can bring things, dry goods and things that are stable to them, and they'll collect it there, and we'll be supporting those in need around the community.
We're joined by Dave DeBoer on today's edition of The Splash Live, Deputy Fire Marshal from the West Bloomfield Township Fire Department. We're also broadcasting live on today's edition of the program from the West Bloomfield Township Fire Department's Facebook page. While you're watching us on that page, or while you're watching us on any of our other outlets, head over to their Facebook page, give them a like and follow along for even more safety information and information on their Fire Department Open House, which is coming up Sunday, October 1st from 12 noon to 3 p.m. at the Fire Station number 1 in West Bloomfield, right down the street to the north from West Bloomfield High School, with parking available at the high school as well. And as we talk about some of these live demonstrations, it's also an opportunity for people to participate in those demonstrations themselves and get a little bit of insight into what the fire department's using in terms of equipment and those situational awareness scenarios they can go through, particularly in one of my favorites to go through, the smokehouse that you bring out there too, that simulates how quickly smoke can fill up a room and how quickly you need to be able to put your escape plan into action.
Yes, it is key that people understand that not only having a plan, but exercising that plan and making sure you understand it, because seconds count. They really, really do. Unfortunately, we just had a fire that was a double fatal just a month or two ago. And those were people that were alert and they had a plan, but maybe they didn't exercise it. Maybe there was some confusion, or maybe the smoke got to them faster than what their plan allowed for. So we want to make sure that people understand how important it is to have a plan and be able to get out and know two ways out, not just the door you came in, but know other ways out of your house and have a plan for using those other ways in an emergency. It really, really does happen fast. Everything's plastic in our world these days. With plastic, everybody knows when plastic burns, it burns very, very dark, thick, acrid smoke. It gets dark really, really fast in these fires. So we want people to have that plan. And that smokehouse is a great opportunity to show people with some theatrical smoke kind of how things look and how they change. It really does change how your world looks around you when you're in a smoky environment.
Yeah, and whether you participate in that smokehouse at this event or at other events throughout the year, it's a great opportunity too to ask those questions of your local fire department. You know, go through maybe your safety plan that you've either drafted or maybe you have enacted and you have also practiced yourself, and refine that also. There's going to be plenty of opportunities too to have discussions with our local fire department officials, whether it's yourself or our fire marshal Byron Turnquist, Chief Greg Flynn, and others on your staff. And it's a great way too to get to know the people that are protecting our community every day.
Yes, it's a great event. And our doors are always open. If you can't make open house, don't worry about it. We keep those doors open because we want the public to come in. We're your fire department. And your tax dollars support what we do, and we appreciate all the support that we have. We have good community support. So stop by anytime and ask those questions. We'd rather answer them than find out you didn't ask a question and something bad happened. So doors are always open.
The West Bloomfield Township Fire Department Open House is happening on Sunday, October 1st from 12 noon to 3 p.m. at Fire Station Number 1 on Orchard Lake Road in West Bloomfield. There will be free parking available at the high school, and a shuttle also will be provided courtesy of West Bloomfield Parks to take you to and from Fire Station Number 1, so you don't have to make the trek from the high school over to the fire station for this event. And Dave, as we mentioned earlier on, it's a special celebration too this year, celebrating 100 years of service of the West Bloomfield Township Fire Department. Is there anything special that's being planned for this particular open house to recognize those 100 years of service? And if so, if there's anything you can tell us about, what should we be looking forward to as we represent 100 years of our local fire department?
Well, we're going to have some pictures of where we've come from and acknowledge those that came before us and really set the foundation that we have today to provide the services that we provide and show that history. It's a very unique history if you look at it and read through and see how the department developed and how it's changed through the years and how we've come to now cover 4 communities and are even part of a larger organization called Oakway, which covers more than half the county. But shares resources in order to save tax dollars. We're going to have speakers. We've got a message from Senator Gary Peters, and the township supervisor will be there to speak. And we've got others coming in that to acknowledge this and help celebrate with us. So it's going to be a good event. It is neat to see where we started and where we are today as far as technology and the things we're using today that weren't even dreamed of back in 100 years ago. So it's a neat celebration, I think.
We're joined by Dave DeBoer on today's edition of The Splash Live. The Deputy Fire Marshal for the West Bloomfield Township Fire Department. Their open house is happening Sunday, October 1st from 12 noon to 3 p.m. at Fire Station Number 1. That is the fire station on Orchard Lake Road, just north of West Bloomfield High School and just south of Lone Pine Road in the greater West Bloomfield area. You can find more information on wbtownship.org and navigate to the fire department page, or follow them on Facebook, where we're broadcasting live today on facebook.com/WB Fire Department. And Dave, I've attended this event for a number of years with our team at Civic Center TV. We'll have some coverage of this event also on the Splash Live and in person on the day of this event on Sunday, October 1st. And I'd previously, before that, I'd gone just really as a kid, but this is an event that's great for kids and adults too, because not only are you going to get these displays that show the work that your department's doing every day, and you can learn some safety tips, but you can also get in contact with a lot of other community organizations that are in the healthcare space and are in the safety space as well. You mentioned one earlier on, but who are some of the other vendors that will also be on site that day to provide the community with some advice to keep themselves safe both in their home and overall with their health?
Yeah, we're going to have Henry Ford Hospital is going to be on site. They're going to be sharing some of the things that they're doing, and you'll see some of the partnerships that we have with them. We do more than just transport people in and out of the hospital. That there's other things going on that I think people don't really realize, that your fire department does more than just respond to emergencies, but works with the community partners to prevent emergencies and try to avoid those costly emergencies. So you'll see the hospital there. You'll see we're trying to get Jewish senior living there because our aging population, we have a significant number of seniors in the community, and the population is going to grow, or it's projected to grow over the next decade. So having those partners in place, again, having that company there for ductwork cleaning and cleaning out your dryer vents, that's a big spot for us. So a bunch of different resources will be available there and topics to discuss. One of the topics that really comes up a lot for us is our carbon monoxide detectors and smoke detectors. We get a lot of calls for carbon monoxide detectors that are beeping, and those are typically beeping not in an alarm mode, but they're beeping in a way that tells you either it's the end of its life or it's telling you that you need to change the battery. So, but being able to educate people on that so they know when to call 911 and when to just follow the directions on that CO detector, that's a common one that we respond to. So just having those discussions is a step forward. We've got a lot of older homes here that weren't built with smoke detectors originally. If they haven't been remodeled, they might not have enough smoke detector coverage. And again, that's the vital key to getting out quickly, is knowing that there's something going on quickly.
All the more reason to head out to the West Bloomfield Fire Department open house, celebrating 100 years of service to our community on Sunday, October 1st, from noon to 3 p.m. at Fire Station Number 1 on Orchard Lake Road. That's just north of West Bloomfield High School. Plenty of parking will be available at the high school with a shuttle courtesy of West Bloomfield Parks taking you to and from Fire Station Number 1 on the day of this event. We're joined by Deputy Fire Marshal Dave DeBoer to talk about the open house. Just another minute or so left with you, Deputy Fire Marshal, before we'll need to move things on for today. Anything else we have not discussed on this event, or other pressing matters that the fire department would like our community to have in mind at this time?
Well, right as we go into fall, there's always that fall cleanup that goes on, and we want people to be safe in doing those activities. And cleaning up things in a safe manner. We don't want people burning things on a windy day or anything like that. And just be smart about what you do. Each year we have, in the fall, we'll have 2 or 3 fires that get to structures because somebody was burning leaves and it got to a structure. So we want to make sure people understand to do things safe. And we head into winter. We head into our season of people heating things and warming things. And trying to stay warm in our Michigan winters. So we want to remind people to do that safely. And with all the storms that have gone through, I know we're at the end of our storm season, but we still have a little bit of time that we can have some storms. We want to remind people to keep your generators, if you lose power and you're using a generator, keep it away from the building, keep the exhaust pointed away from the building. We've had a significant number of CO poisonings or carbon monoxide poisonings because of generators. Never, ever, ever run a generator in a garage, even with the garage door open. We see that mistake a lot, and it poisons people. The thing with carbon monoxide is you can't smell it, you can't see it, you don't feel it until it's too late. So we want those things away from the building. Please don't run those things in a house.
A lot more great advice on their Facebook page, facebook.com/WB Fire Department for more information. And of course, you can get all your questions answered at the Fire Department Open House on Sunday, October 1st at Fire Station Number 1. Deputy Fire Marshal Dave DeBoer joining us on the program today. Thank you for being with us. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thanks for having us on.
Glad to have you on with us. We'll be at the Fire Department Open House Sunday from noon to 3 p.m. at Fire Station Number 1. Come on out and join us. Talk to us about your local fire department. Plenty to celebrate at this year's 100th anniversary celebration that coincides, of course, with all the live demonstrations on site and all the other fun happening at Fire Station Number 1. Again, you can park at West Bloomfield High School for this event. Take a shuttle for free from West Bloomfield Parks or walk right up the street. It's just a little ways away, maybe 100 yards or so between West Bloomfield High School and their parking lot and the Fire Station Number 1 in West Bloomfield. It's on Orchard Lake Road between Walnut Lake Road and Lone Pine, and it's happening noon to 3 p.m. on a very busy Sunday in the greater West Bloomfield community. Plenty of events happening all across the local area, both at Fire Station Number 1 in Sylvan Lake at the Jen Hayes Pumpkin Patch. Art sale will be at the Oakland County Farmers Market. So it's a really eventful day. We hope you'll join us out at Fire Station Number 1 and give a big thank you to all the people at the West Bloomfield Township Fire Department serving today and those who have served over the past 100 years and will serve over the next 100 years in greater West Bloomfield. We'll take a break on the Splash Live. Plenty more of your stories from your hometown on your community media outlets coming up next.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live.
1 in 4 Michigan homes has high levels of radon, a naturally occurring radioactive gas known to cause lung cancer. It doesn't matter where you live or what type of home you have. You won't even know it's there unless you test. So don't wait. Testing is cheap and easy, and if there's a problem, it's simple to fix. Visit michigan.gov/radon to learn more.
We took action. Will you?
Watch West Bloomfield Lakers football all season long on 89.3 Lakes FM and Civic Center TV. Join Tyler Kieft and Matt Catoni each week for live, in-depth, and exclusive coverage before, during, and after the big game. It's your local high school football team on the road and in your backyard on your home for West Bloomfield Laker football, Civic Center TV, and 89.3 Lakes FM. Want to enjoy Civic Center TV on your social media? Follow us on Twitter at Civic Center TV. Get notified when we upload one of our interviews, full episodes, and more. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. And now, back to the Splash Live.
Welcome back to the Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. It's your stories from your hometown on your community media outlets, Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban. We also thank you for joining us on CivicCenterTV.com, on our Facebook page at Civic Center TV 15, and on our YouTube page at Civic Center TV. You can join us here tomorrow for a very special edition of the Splash Live, as we'll be broadcasting live from the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce's annual leadership breakfast. We'll also be on many other Facebook pages throughout the community as well. The Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce, the West Bloomfield Library, the West Bloomfield Parks, the Orchard Mall, all planning on joining us for that live broadcast as well. Plus, you'll hear from Casey Crane and Roop Raj as they talk about leadership and partnership and leveraging media to grow your business and to grow your professional life in our community. Really fun event coming up tomorrow morning. We'll have that broadcast for you live right here exclusively on Civic Center TV. While we head into the month of October, it's National Preparedness Month, and Oakland County wants to help you be prepared for whatever alerts may pop up in our local area. That's why they're encouraging you to sign up for Oak Alert. This is a free service provided by Oakland County, a free notification system that shares official information on threats, disasters, evacuation notices, and other emergency, as well as important information on those different emergencies that may pop up that you may need to know to protect yourself and your community in our local area. Oakgov.com is a great place to go to learn more information. And Calvin from our team at Master Control, if we can put a QR code up there. This is a QR code. You scan that QR code and it'll take you to the sign up page. To sign up for Oak Alerts, it is free. You can sign up for it on Oakland County's website. That's where this takes you to, and it'll give you free alerts to your phone from Oakland County on a number of different issues, whether it's evacuation notices, bioterrorism alerts, a boil water advisory, amber alerts, and missing child reports that could be really important in your local area. We had a story just a couple weeks ago that popped up at the Sylvan Lake City Council meeting, where a Keego Harbor police officer and a couple other members of the community were honored for saving the life of a young child who had wandered off, who had gone missing and was found in the water unresponsive. They ultimately saved the child, and that's something that could be really, really critical. If you get a missing child notification, you go to look outside in your nearby area, because that notification is in an area close to where your home is or where you're at in the community. That could be the difference between life and death for someone in our community, including a child or yourself or someone in your family. So these are really important alerts to sign up for, Diane. And not only is it those child abduction emergencies or amber alerts or missing child reports, it's all other emergencies that we see, such as flooding and tornado warnings and watches and that kind of information. And it's all localized to Oakland County as well.
That is true, Tyler. They also notify us if there's a chemical spill, if there's an area where it's not safe for us to just swim or be there or even cross or walk by. Very essential and a very nice, very great, actually, initiative from Oakland County to kind of look, as you said, Tyler, localize all these alerts to community members. These alerts will pop right on your phone screen if you sign up today. It's not a hassle. It's not actually an app that you have to add on your phone. Just make sure you sign up, and whenever there's something that is not good for you, or a weather alert or whatever it is, then you get that notification straight on your phone. A great way. Sometimes, Tyler, we really don't know. Like sometimes we're too busy to even watch the news, or with our busy lifestyle, we know how it is. We just want to go out to work, come back super tired. We cannot watch the news all day long, and we cannot stay on. Sometimes our apps are not working, right? So it's a great way to stay informed on everything going on in your community.
Yeah, another great resource is called Nixle, N-I-X-L-E, and that you can get alerts based on your zip code in your local area. It's free, although standard text messaging rates may apply depending on your carrier. You text your zip code to 888-777 to opt in to those emergencies, and you can opt in to emergency alerts from a variety of different zip codes in your local area. So whether you want to learn about, maybe you work in West Bloomfield Township, like myself, but you live in another community, you can have alerts for West Bloomfield Township zip codes, and you can have alerts also for those in the area where you're living as well. And that's what I do. I get all these alerts for free from Nixle also, and from Oak Alerts at the county-wide level. From local and county-wide to nationally, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, in partnership with the National Weather Service as well as the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, will be participating in a wireless emergency alert national test. That's happening next week, 1 week from tomorrow, Wednesday, October 4th, at 2:20 p.m. Eastern. On your screen, you'll see it say 10:20 a.m. AKDT. That is a more generalized time zone. In our time zone, in the Eastern time zone, 2:20 p.m. Eastern, Wednesday, October 4th, you'll be getting a test emergency alert over your cell phones, over your radios. Your TV screens will also run these alerts, and these are national alerts that come through both, of course, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, the National Weather Service, from NOAA, but also from the state of Michigan, its Emergency Management Department, the Michigan State Police. It could even come through local areas like a county-wide alert as well. All go through these different systems. So these test out presidential alerts, immediate threats like tornadoes or hurricane watches or hurricane warnings. Amber alerts are a big one that we get a lot of notifications on our cell phones for all throughout the week, flood warnings and the such. These will all be tested next week, so don't be alarmed if in the middle of your workday next week, Wednesday, you end up getting an emergency alert on your phone. You hear a bunch of emergency alerts going off in the office or in the grocery store, or as you're picking your kids up from school at that time of the day. That is a national test that is happening Wednesday, October 4th. The West Bloomfield Police Department giving us that information on their Facebook page, West Bloomfield PD on Facebook, and we thank them for that. So mark your calendars, be ready for that next week, and while you're at it, a great time to remind you to sign up for Oak Alerts as well as for Nixle on the local level to get even more localized alerts all throughout the year on more localized emergencies in our communities. We'll take a break on the Splash Live. On the other side, some fun happening around our communities. The Still Sunsets concert series is moving from the great outdoors indoors for the fall season. It will continue on. Plus, information on how you can land jobs right here in Oakland County, courtesy of Michigan Works. We'll be back after this break on the Splash Live.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depression stuff. That's what white people think.
You all right? It just feels like it's coming from everywhere. Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Missed one of our live broadcasts or one of your local municipal meetings? Check it out online at civiccentertv.com. Every meeting, show, and interview on demand. Thank you for watching and listening to Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. And now, back to the Splash Live.
Welcome back to the Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's live daily news and talk show. It's your stories from your hometown on your community media outlets, Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. I'm Tyler Kieft alongside Dayan Chaaban. Really fun stuff happening all throughout our community as we head into the fall. And look, that means our summer traditions like outdoor concert series tend to go away, but in Sylvan Lake, that's not the case. The Still Sunsets concert series does continue on into the fall, and they'll be beginning that on October 7th at The Grill on Orchard Lake Road, just northeast of Middlebelt in Sylvan Lake. Former American Idol contestant Alex Scheer is back for another concert in this series at 7 o'clock at The Grill. Will be the first performance and is the fan favorite of this concert series. The concert's at 8 o'clock on Saturday, October 7th, but there's also great food and friendly faces at The Grill in Sylvan Lake. A great place to enjoy a meal and a great place also to enjoy a concert through the Still Sunsets concert series. You can get involved in this concert series. I work with Kelly Krause and company on planning this each and every summer, and even these concerts in the fall, and help with fundraising as well by joining the Sylvan Lake What's Going On group on Facebook. That's where a lot of this information can be found. You can get in contact with Kelly and the team that are leading this event, and great to see them continuing on with this into the fall season. It's a favorite of people all summer long. They get outside, they get to know their neighbors, they get to see some great local music and support local musicians in the process. It's something that was really cool, built out of the COVID-19 pandemic. Started out with Kelly's father, my apologies, performing in her driveway, and people from the community coming by and seeing the concerts and enjoying them. And they brought in acts that couldn't get indoor gigs during the pandemic and helped them make some money during the pandemic. And that continued on and began a new tradition in Sylvan Lake. And now going into a new era, bringing that indoors for the fall for the first time. You can also experience a lot of fun and learning at the West Bloomfield Township Public Library. This is open to all 4 communities in the greater West Bloomfield area. Not just West Bloomfield Township, Keego Harbor, Orchard Lake Village, and Sylvan Lake. Also open to use both the main branch on Walnut Lake Road and the West Acres branch on Pontiac Trail in our community. And as we wrap up the month of September, I want to give you another reminder that September is library card sign-up month. You can sign up for a library card at either the main branch or the West Acres branch, and that gets you access to plenty of resources. Of course, all your favorite books and new titles that they're bringing in all year round, every single year. Study spaces and meeting rooms that you can check out for a nice, quiet space to get away from the office environment or to plan things out carefully in a quiet environment with no distractions. A great place to go for that. Plus, videos, video games, computers, plenty of other opportunities that you'll have access to, printing services, and so much more at the West Bloomfield Township Public Library at the main branch and the West Acres branch. For more information, wblib.org. And Dayan, these library cards get you access to so many different resources. It's not just the old days where your library card helped you check out books. Nowadays, you can do a little bit of everything at your local library.
That is true, Tyler. There's ebooks, there's movies, there's games, there's educational also movies and videos. A lot going on in the West Bloomfield Library. You can also go in, they have these event rooms. If it's not just going into the library and getting your book and sitting in a quiet space. There's so much going on. And you can always check out all these services and what the West Bloomfield Library is offering. You can either just go in there, check them out, visit them during their opening hours, or visit wblib.org to see all these fantastic stuff, Tyler. Again, here's just books, movies, and also music. I forgot the music too. Books, music, a lot of different services. So definitely a very, very great way to make use of your library if you are a resident of West Bloomfield and the Tri-Cities.
And great classes and seminars too, that you can learn more about really interesting topics. Or if you're someone that kind of struggles with technology, is still trying to learn how to use a computer or use your smartphone or use these different applications that are necessary for our day-to-day life, like Microsoft Office. On the business side, there's plenty of opportunities too to learn those programs through the helpful staff at West Bloomfield Township's Public Library. So all the more reason to go get your library card if you don't have one already in West Bloomfield Township. Another thing you can do at the West Bloomfield Township Public Library is look for job opportunities through Oakland County, Michigan Works on oakgov.com/business or by searching Oakland County, Michigan Works. There you'll find job openings in the local area and information on upcoming job fairs. You can also go to a variety of different local branches throughout our local area for these opportunities and more information, and so many resources on helping you find a job, switch careers, find a new path within your career. Very helpful people at Oakland County, Michigan Works. We've talked to Jennifer Llewellyn from their team a number of different times on the Splash Live and in the past on the MegaCast about all their great programs and resources that are open to the public in Oakland County. They have some job fairs actually coming up this week over the next couple days. Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Oakland County, Michigan Works office in Pontiac, located at 1850 North Perry Street. There's going to be a WSC staffing we'll be holding a job fair, WSC staffing, looking for production operator positions that are available, and they're looking to fill those tomorrow, 9 o'clock to 2 o'clock at the Pontiac office of Oakland County, Michigan Works. Then Thursday morning from 11 o'clock a.m. until early afternoon at 2 o'clock at the same place, the Pontiac Oakland County, Michigan Works office. Dreamers Healthcare Staffing is holding a job fair looking for certified nursing assistants with plenty of job openings available as well. Plus, there's openings in a number of different businesses. You can find virtual job fairs as well to attend if you are unable to go out to these different locations all throughout the year. oakgov.com/business, or just search Oakland County, Michigan Works in your search engine of choice, and it'll bring you to their website. Another great resource coming into our community later on this week is State Senator Rosemary Bear, who will be talking to seniors in our community at the Novi Civic Center on Friday from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. They'll have discussion on distributing resources on issues that are facing our senior community and talking about necessities in financial empowerment, scam prevention, security, housing and foreclosure prevention, and other issues that are critical to our senior community and improving and maintaining their quality of life. State Senator Rosemary Bear will be having this open discussion with seniors in our community and advocates for our seniors at the Novi Civic Center. Again, that's Friday, 11:30 to 1:30 in Novi. You can also call Senator Bayer's office for more information on these summits throughout our local area coming up at 517-373-2417. 517-373-2417. Also, a really informative seminar coming up very soon, coming up on Thursday this week through the Bloomfield Hills School District, helping you prepare for your retirement. Diane, give us the details.
That's true, Tyler. Bloomfield Hills Schools is hosting this informational seminar for people who are in retirement or approaching retirement, or in the future, in the coming years, thinking about how they want to plan out their retirement. The informational seminar is happening this Thursday, September 28th, from 6 a.m. till 7:30 in the Booth Center at Bloomfield Hills School. Again, Tyler, this informational seminar, it includes ways on people that how to do their taxes properly, if there are some changing information that they need to know about taxation during retirement, healthcare, market risk, and longevity, how to properly use those retirement funds and make sure that they make use of them the proper way. So very interesting and informational seminar, Tyler, happening this Thursday, September 28th. For anybody who is interested, they can pre-register at enlighten567.com/events. Again, it's enlighten567.com/events.
And that's happening at the Booth Center on Wing Lake Road in Bloomfield Hills, bloomfield.org to get the address and more information, or call the Bloomfield Hills School District for any more information on this and other events that they'll be hosting coming up very soon. Plenty more of your stories from your hometown on your community media outlets all throughout the week. We thank you and encourage you to stay with us. The Splash Live will return very soon.